I'm going to go to the next part already. So in the next part, I'm going to talk about 7 guarantee investments. Okay, so in Singapore, there are many types of investments that you can do. Some of you I know are property investors. Some of you I know are stock investors. Some of you are bank investors, which means you go to the bank and put in fixed deposit. Okay, so whichever investor type of investor you are, today I just want to share with you about the 7 guaranteed investments in Singapore that a lot of people are missing out. And so I just want you to be ready for this. And if you have time, just write down this 7. And if it might or may be suitable for you, we can consider all those. Okay. So I just want you to type guaranteed while I drink a sip of water. Okay. Guaranteed. Let's move on. The first guaranteed investment that you have in Singapore, this is available on the website on the MAS website, but not a lot of people not a lot of people take a look at MAS website. It's not the most friendly website that we go to on a daily basis lah. So for MAS, they come out with actually 3 guaranteed tools that you can actually use them to reach your financial freedom if it is suitable. Okay, the first one is called Treasury Bills. In short, it's called T-bills. They are really short-term Singapore government security issued at a discount to their face value. Okay, what does it mean, right? Basically, you're buying a dollar for 90 cents. Okay, so it's very simple. You are buying a dollar for 90 cents, right? So you pay 90 cents and you wait for a period of time, it becomes $1 for you. And you can go to this website called ms.gov.sg. You can actually see there are actually 2 T-bills available right now to buy. Right now, if you purchase the 6 months T-bill, right, it's going to mature on the 17th of November, which is around 6 months later. And you are going to pay around for $100, you're going to pay 99.89. So you're getting a slight discount for getting 100 for your investment. So it's guaranteed. You pay 99.89, but at the end of the day, 6 months later, you're going to get $100 for you. And that's the yield that's attached to this. And let's say if you don't really need the money, you think that you can wait for 1 year later. Okay, so the maturity date for this treasury bill, right, is going to be 1 year later, matured 30th April. You just need to put 99.75, you get $100. Okay, so a slight discount. You're actually buying money at a slight discount, and this thing is called treasury bills. Okay, put your money aside for a certain period of time at a discount. After that, your money suddenly becomes the full value of the thing. That's the first one. Okay, so second one is very popular among Singaporeans because it has been heavily advertised on Straits Times, have been heavily advertised on Sidley. So it's called the Singapore Saving Bond, okay, or the SSB. Very popular because of this feature. It is safe, it is flexible, and you can enjoy returns that increases over time, and you can redeem it at any month without penalty. Okay, so how it works is this: you put in a certain amount of money with the Singapore government or MAS, okay? And for bonds, what a bond is, right, is a simple IOU, okay? Basically, you lend the money to the government, okay? You lend the money to the government give you a certain bit of interest. Okay, so you put your money into the Singapore saving bond for 1 year, it will give 0.5% on the first year, okay? On the second year, it becomes 0.57. It didn't change. But on the third year, you realize that the interest has now become 0.6. And then on the 10th year, your interest has now become 1.78. The beautiful thing about this bond, right, is that you can redeem it anytime without penalty. So let's say you're putting it in the Singapore saving bond for 3 years already, and you need the money. When you take it out, you can get back your money. There is no penalty, nothing. Okay, so more information you can go on the website that I just put on my presentation slide. Okay, so that is the Singapore saving bond. Number 3 is this: Singapore government security. Okay, so this is also a bond, right? The difference is this: this bond pays a fixed rate of interest, with maturity ranging from 2 years all the way to 30 years. And the thing is, you can buy and sell this government security in the secondary market. Okay, so when you sell it in the secondary market, if bonds prices are doing very appreciated, you might be able to sell at a good price. Okay, but let's say if bond prices has been depressed, when you want to sell away your Singapore government security, you might be selling it at a discount. Okay, so that is for Singapore government securities. And these are the list of bonds that you can consider that will mature in 2 years, 5 years, 10, 15, 20, 30 years time. So the dates are over there. Basically, you buy the 2 years bond. Every single year, you receive that amount of yield. Second year, you receive the amount of yield. And once it reaches maturity, you just receive back your sum of money. That's a bond. Okay. And the thing is, if let's say you don't wait until maturity, you want to, let's say, sell it out, you want to get back your money, you sell it out at the secondary market. And that is when probably the price will be a bit different already. So that's the difference between the Singapore government security and the Singapore saving bond. Okay. Number three, this is the most popular one. It's called a fixed deposit. Okay, sometimes called the time deposit. So they are low risk investment that earns you interest over a fixed period of time. So you don't really need to do anything to earn this interest. You just park your money with the bank, and then you get this a sum of money. So it's very, very simple. The interesting thing about this, right, is that I call this the umbrella policy. Well, why is this called the umbrella policy, right? Is when I was a bit younger, my parents like to put money in a fixed deposit. Okay. And every time I realized that whichever bank they go, there is always a promotional gift. Okay. And then the promotional gift, right, happens to always be an umbrella. So after you put in a fixed deposit, somehow you get an umbrella from DBS, POSB, or whatever. So nowadays I see it a little bit lesser, but in the past it used to be an umbrella policy, an umbrella deposit. Okay, so if you are still following, right, just type down bank. Okay, BANK. Why I want you to type down bank is because in the previous example, it's actually guaranteed by the Ministry of Monetary Authorization of Singapore. Okay, the MES. But for fixed deposit, right, your money is with a bank. Okay, so to be clear, just to know that you are following, just type bank on the Facebook comment so I know that you are following me. Okay, so these are the best. I'll do the heavy lifting as well. These are the best fixed deposit in Singapore, in my opinion, right now, updated today. Okay, so these are the three respective websites that I actually go and take a look at. For Maybank, if you put in for a tenure of 12 months, minimum deposit is 50,000, very common. The interest is 1.45%. So I think quite decent lah. Okay, so for DBS, if you put in for 12 months, it's 1.15%. Minimum deposit surprisingly is below 50,000, and I just want to show you a shocking fact later. Okay, last but not least is OCBC ranked number three for a 12 months tenure, minimum more than 20,000, interest is 0.9%. Okay, before you put your money in a fixed deposit, right? Please check the details. Okay, type details in the Facebook comment because this is gonna save you a lot of heartache. Okay, if you can see the arrow over there for 12 months. Okay, I'm looking for a 12 months tenure. If you put into DBS a sum of money into fixed deposit, you look at the top, you can see for 1,000 to 999 the interest is 1.15. Okay, for 10,000 to 19,999 is still 1.15. Until 20,000 49,999 it is still 1.15. Okay. After 50,000, if you put in any other money after 50,000, can you see the interest becomes 0.75? Okay, if you have noticed it, right, I just want you to type 0.75. Okay, so these are things that banks might actually share with you guys, but maybe if, you just want to put in 100,000 whatever and maybe never look at the details, but then you realize at the end of the day, hey, the numbers don't make sense. But This is over public available information. They are not hiding anything. The information is out there. Before even putting your money into fixed deposit, right? Really, really check the details. Okay. So for those of you that type details, thank you very much. Okay. So it is very good that you look at the details even for fixed deposit to avoid that surprise attack at the end of the day. Okay, 0.75. Yep. Okay. So coming off to the next one is called endowment. So endowment is essentially a life insurance policy which apart from covering the life of the insured, it helps the policyholder save regularly over a period of time so that he can get a lump sum during maturity. And most of the time, if something happens in between the journey, the insurance company will give the amount of money they intend to save to the person immediately. Okay, so right now we are moving towards endowment, and this is from an insurance company. Okay, so I just want you to write insurance company. Okay, we are moving towards an insurance company as right now. Endowment essentially is a life insurance policy apart from covering the life, help you save regularly so that they can get a lump sum at maturity. Okay, so I just want to share with you right that only certain endowments, there are many, many types of endowments out there in the market. There are only a certain type of endowment that gives you the guaranteed returns. So I'm going to share with you the details again. Okay, type down details. Okay, the first slide is over here. This is a type of endowment policy which one of the insurance company have, which I will not be mentioning the name. But you can see right now the total premiums paid to date for 25 years, right, is $199,725. And you can see just after the next column, the guarantee is 120,000, which means the guaranteed amount of funds just by putting money into this particular endowment, right? Your guaranteed amount is less than $300. Okay, so really, really type down details in the Facebook comments because details are very important when it comes to an endowment policy if you are seeking guaranteed returns. So this policy has other features which I'm not talking about today. But for you, if you are looking at guaranteed returns, right? The details are important. So this is an example where I want to share with you. Every insurance company have their own set of endowment policy. This is a typical type whereby is you save a certain amount of money, 78,000 for 24 years. Okay. At the end of the day, there's a guaranteed sum. The guarantee is 100,000, which means it's around 20, I think 22,000 $22,000 is guaranteed over here. Okay, so can you see the difference already between just these two endowment policies from insurance companies, right? When you select different endowments, suddenly at the end of the maturity time, you might see that, how come the guaranteed amount is so little, it's less than what you put in. But it is just the type of policies that you actually purchase. Okay, there is no surprise to this. So please, please, really, really check the details. Oh, hi, Yuli. Welcome to this webinar. Okay, so that is for I think this is the fifth one already, endowments. And number six is annuity. So annuity, right, is basically a type of instrument whereby every single month you receive a paycheck. Okay, imagine this. You put in a sum of money into let's say into a financial product, and every single month, right, you get a sum of money. Every single month you get a sum of money. Once it's reached maturity, they return you a set of money. Basically, that is what we call a short-term annuity. A lifetime annuity is you get for the rest of your life. Okay, so for an annuity, right, it looks something like this. You put in a sum of money. In this case, just a random example, $87,000. Okay, a lump sum annuity. This gives you $600 every single month. So for this particular annuity, you get $600 every single month for 15 years. So in total, you would be receiving 108,000 in total. So this gives you more than what you put in. And after when you surrender, annuity actually gives you some dividends and also terminal bonus. So in total, this entire annuity will give you around 190,000 or maybe close to 200,000 for investment of $87,000. So that is for only certain annuity works like this, and depends on the age. Okay, there are many factors that comes into play. So really look at the annuity before committing to any type of financial instruments. Okay, so and I just want to share the last one already. Last one, and it's the kind of like the favorite one among most of my clients, is this, the CPF. Okay, so CPF, right, is very basically you get your CPF amount of money at at age of 55 and age of 65. At age of 55, after you fulfill your basic healthcare sum and full retirement sum, you receive the rest of the sum of the money. And then after that, at age 65, you receive your annuity for the rest of your life. So for CPF, right, this is by the government. Okay, so type down government. So I just want you to type all of this is because you must understand who actually guarantees this sum of money, okay? Who guarantees that returns for you. So in this case, CPF is really for the government lah. And how much you'll be getting rate of interest, right, is up to 6% interest. Depends on your age, depends on the account, whether it's in ordinary account, special account, retirement account, or whether how much balance you have in your account, or whether you're above 55 or below 55. This will give you different type of interest. Okay, so for CPF, right, the interest right now, base interest for ordinary account is 2.5. For special Medisave retirement account is 4%. So that is for CPF. They give you a certain set of fixed interest. And anyway, there's a maximum that you can contribute to CPF anyway. I think it's 37,000 this year. Okay. So up to here, have you all learned something? Okay, if you have learned something, right, just type I've learned something. I'm going to take a sip of water before I continue giving you the summary. Okay, just type learn something in the comments below. Okay, thanks, Julie. And just gonna go to the summary for today. Thanks, Diana. So I just want to talk about the summary of the seven guaranteed investments that you can do in Singapore. Okay, so it's gonna this the on the left hand side is the seven instruments that you can use, from Treasury Bills, Singapore Saving Bonds, Singapore Government Security Bonds, Fixed Deposit Annuity, Endowment Annuity, CPF. So I type about the general time frame. So for a treasury bill, typically it's less than 1 year, 6 months, 1 year. Singapore saving bonds could be up to 10 years. And for CPF, it's basically the rest of your life lah. Until the day this person goes to heaven, they will still continue getting payout. The money is in there. And so that's the typical timeline. Okay. And for interest wise, these are the interest that is tacked on appropriately, or rather the interest that is on different instrument. For T-bills, the basically you're buying a discount on your money. It gives you 0.22% typically, all the way until your CPF is up to 6%. Okay, so if you notice annuity and endowment, right, I put down these two interest rate. Basically, these two interest rate is an illustration that the MAS think that the insurance company can give. So different companies give different performance. Typically, it's between 4 to 6%. I'm just going to share with you that for illustration purposes, and usually we just talk about 3% to 4%. Okay. On the right hand side is the risk of who bears the risk. Basically, some of it is from the government, some of it is from the bank, and some of it from the insurance company. So this is updated today. In the future, treasury bills, the interest will be different, fixed deposit rate, the rates will be different, and so on. Okay,